There's nothing. What the? All right. Well, the day's been kind of crazy here. We went to Costco first thing in the morning, in and out in half an hour. Like, can you believe that? And $650 later, of course. Never fails. Everything you touch in there is either like, you know, 15, 20, or $50. So that adds up quick. I'm just heading back to the chicken coop here to pick up the chipper. Gonna chip up some of that wood from last week that I cut up, so we'll check it out here. Now the chipper, if I recall, where the hell back there? This will be a peckerhead to dig out.
So fly, I don't wanna lose that somebody. I don't wanna lose somebody.
So, if you remember from last week, I chopped these three and a half trees down. And getting ready for the fire pit area over there. I'm just gonna fire it up, make sure it's even going. I had it running a few weeks ago, so. What the f? Well, that's no good. Well, that was a complete waste of time. I dragged the fucking chipper from the chicken coop all the way out here, and the friggin' ripcords. See it spinning in there, but it's like it's not engaging onto the flywheel. I guess we'll have to drag the chipper to the garage and get it situated. God damn it. Well, I learned a pretty decent lesson just now. You know, start the thing up when you first get it, you know. It's been sitting for only a few weeks. I honestly have no idea how the cord got pulled off of the flywheel like that. It's insane. It's like someone's been tinkering with it. Anyhow, so let's rip this apart and we'll see what we can figure out. So I just spent a solid 20 minutes screwing with these two bolts down here. Holy God. I don't know what the hell Briggs was smoking when they decided to put the bolts down in there. I got pretty damn skinny hands to begin with, and I couldn't get them in there. You almost have to take the engine off of the stand, like off the frame there. It's insane. So yeah, you just gotta tilt the machine back like that. You know, get you either your wife's hands or just, you got like this much room to get a wrench in. So good luck with that. You gotta turn the ignition on. Alright, so we're ready to chip the wood here. I've hauled the machine all over the friggin' God's green earth. Fueled up, working again. So yeah, I'm gonna chip the ironwood there, and just wanted to quickly say, you know, you really should have a face mask. I just spent 10 minutes looking for mine, and it's gone. And I'm pretty upset about it because, like, if you've ever used a chipper before, even something like this little 8 horsepower, like wood chips and twigs, they just go flying everywhere, and you know, it's just dangerous. So you try not to have any loose clothing. Like even these gloves are kind of loose. I kind of like it because they come off easy, you know what I mean? But you got to keep your hands clear. Read the instruction manual if you want. But just know, chippers are just about as dangerous as it gets in terms of, you know, working, knocking trees down and that sort of thing. So take every precaution necessary. I just called my local dealer. I'm gonna pick up full-on chainsaw pants and I guess a new face mask. They got a kit there with the ear protection, the hard hat built all in, because I'm gonna take out a couple of really big, like a big oak tree and a big willow, and I'm gonna end up climbing them, so I'm gonna need the whole rig anyhow. Enough of that, so let's fire this thing up and get chipping. Alright, I thought I'd just take a quick little break there. Jeez. You know, chipping looks easy, but you're always bending over, forcing way bigger twigs than should probably go in the chute. So, you gotta work out. But I'm working away at this this pile here. It's going pretty steady. I just thought I would show you guys what this little 8 horsepower chipper's capable of. Like, I got this ironwood and it's tough wood. Oh, there it is. That's roughly what I'm dealing with on the pretty well biggest scale, and you know, it's pretty well struggling, but you just go easy with it. I mean, personally, if you got a wood stove like I do, anything bigger than that, like, I'm pretty well tossing in the pile, and oh, that'll end up in the stove. Yeah, so I'll just be working away at this here. Hardest part with this ironwood is the goddamn branches grow so sporadically, you know. Got all these crotches like all over the place, and then I got to take a little saw and, you know, square them up because bloody chute's so friggin' so small, you know what I mean? Anyways, let's quit bitching and get back after it. Got her pretty well cleaned up here. Here's my decent pile. And here's the non-existent brush pile. I actually ended up getting quite a bit more chips than I thought. So what I'll do is I'll come in here at the tractor and just take a couple scoops. And over by the raised garden bed, I got a big giant pile of wood chips that we're gonna use to help fill the garden beds, like I was saying. So yeah, all this will be out of here. I'll gather all this wood up. Maybe I'll move it into this is just my fire pit pile, you know what I mean? So clean this up, dig these out. We'll carry on with the project. So yeah, I don't really know what, you know, how these vlogs or whatever you call them are going. I'm more or less just gonna try to bunch them with the playlist. So all these vlogs will end up in the fire pit playlist, and then when I get into the garden bed and stuff like that, I'll move them over there as I go. You know, I'm out here probably twice a week or more, depending on my shift. Just pecking away, so trying to get an upload a week or 2 uploads a week will be real good, just to start out, you know what I mean? And then once the nice weather hits, we'll go wide open. You guys can hear me. The wind's pretty bad back here. So this is our wood chip pile. It's probably steaming underneath, but yeah, I'm just gonna dump a bunch of loads here, and that'll be pretty much it, I think. All right, well, that pretty well concludes the day. Fairly productive. Yeah, chipping is always more time than it looks like. You know, you look at a little brush pile, you're like, not bad. 3 hours later, here you are. Anyway, so yeah, so we got a chip. Now we got to get those stumps pulled out. Might get into that tomorrow, possibly next week. I got a bunch of days. I'm on for 5, so you know, we'll see what happens next. Probably next weekend. After I'm on for 5, I'm off for 6, so I'll be getting some shit done. You know, get the stumps pulled, and then I think maybe we'll start digging for the. I don't know if we're doing flagstone or just some crushed stone. We'll have to look into it. Check out a couple of different. My wife's got some Pinterest things pinned, so we're gonna try and mimic some of those super nice looking fireplaces. So stay tuned, guys. Again, if you're interested in buying a property or just starting out just like we are, consider subscribing. We're turning this 10-acre property into our dream homestead, as we're saying, anyways. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions on what's going on out here. I'll be happy to answer them. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks. Have a good night.